Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Wednesday to all. I hope everybody has been having a good week so far. Everybody has been achieving all their goals, getting to it, not letting nothing hold you back. GMS fam, the green room, man, it is going to be a lovely Wednesday for everybody, man. I'm wishing everybody well. Make sure as you are coming in to hit that like button, hit the subscribe, also share this live, all right? Let people know where to pull up to. GMS fam, get into that live chat. Let me know you are in here. Shout out to Mr. October, man. CDT Beast is in the building. Kevin Henry is in the building. Ike Turnip is in the building. Zane Vicious is in the building. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Make sure you put a GMS in that chat or let me know where you tuning in from. Shout out your city. You know what's going on over here. GMS fam, the green room. What up, free thinker? I see you. We got new shirts on the horizon, man. New shirts on the horizon. A few of y'all have already ordered, man. These shirts are going to be touching down soon. I made a mass order to get in different sizes, man. So if y'all want to get a Logic Over Feeling shirt, a GMS edition, let me know, man. The website is coming soon so that people can order right off the website. But for now, if you want a new GMS shirt, Logic Over Feelings, you can cop it by sending 40. The 40 on the dresser. The dresser for is the, what do you call it? It's the, what do you call it? It's a metaphor for Cash App. The dresser is Cash App. Send the 40 to the Cash App also with your address, and we will send you out a brand new GMS tee, all right? If y'all want to cop that, man, let me know. Hit the DMs, hit the email, whatever you like to do, or even let me know right here on the show. We will make sure it happens. Shout out to D-Rich. I see you, or D-Rick Technology. I see you. We got some things to discuss today, man. Now, for those of you that tuned in to the 5150 show last night, you see that Corey has some things to say regarding those who used to be up under him once again, as well as just other instances where now it seems like he's turning a new leaf. I feel like at this time Corey has had enough of the drama. Now, I don't think it's enough. I know he knows that the drama sells, and the drama is what's going to continue to keep a lot of people coming to his show. But at this point, it seems like he's pretty tired of it because he didn't have much of a rant, so to speak. He didn't go on one of his crazy, disrespectful tirades. As a matter of fact, he switched his tone a little bit. Seems like he's going to start taking some of the advice of people that believe that if he feels a certain way, you might as well block him. And that's sure enough what he is planning on doing. He says that he is just going to start blocking everybody, everything that has to do with anything negative or anybody talking shit, anybody saying any type of weird, random stuff or whatever the case may be. It to me, this should have been something that happened a long time ago. I've always said that I didn't understand why he was so fixated on the people that talk about his show if he didn't like the people that talked about his show. Why pay so much attention to the negativity if that's something you weren't into, you know what I'm saying, or things that you felt like you needed to see. And the one thing that I've noticed over the years is that not just him, but his associates around him would often go to search for videos of people talking about Corey and then send it to Corey or show Corey or tell him, hey, so-and-so said this about you. And he would give that energy. But while giving that energy, he will try to discredit or try to make that person look less than. But what you're doing is giving them power that you don't want them to have. The best way to keep somebody stagnant is to never even insinuate. Don't even send subliminals. Don't even sit there and throw shade or give hints. You totally ignore it altogether. It gives that entity or that person or that platform zero power. There's so many people that know of different YouTubers who talk about Corey because Corey gives it energy. Now, what's crazy to me in this instance is that he's trying to compare Marcus in the same category now. Now, of course, he didn't say no name, so we have to say allegedly, even though I'm pretty sure he thinks that a lot of people that watch him are dumb and just don't think that they understand or can catch when he's throwing subliminals at people. The thing about it is, Marcus sat next to that man for a few years and started to develop his own career in comedy. Now, what I hate when I see people go on the internet and be like, if it wasn't for Corey, we wouldn't know who Marcus is. How stupid do you sound when that should be what it is? Why is that an issue? You're supposed to be the OG that can help give somebody a lane, like a young up and coming comedian, and help them in certain ways, regardless of how it ended up. You remain solid. You know what I'm saying? No, regardless of how anything happens, if the person don't mess with you no more, if the person start acting shady, if the person start doing whatever, just know that you were solid and that you did what you could do to help this person try to excel in their career without stooping down to a certain level that makes you look exactly like the people you talk about. And it sounded like a lot of hypocrisy once again, where Corey will do something and then act like he's the victim in the end, where nothing happened to him, or that something happened to him and he didn't do anything, and that people are just have it out for him. And this is also for the guys that will eventually show up to this live. You guys will see them. They'll show up eventually. I don't know if they're here yet. But the people that come into the live and have these things to say as if they don't see it happening from the person that they're defending. It doesn't make sense to me how a person could talk the way that they do and say the things that they say, regardless if it's masked behind jokes or not, and then feel like they've been attacked or that they are the victims of somebody responding or feeling some type of way about what they've said. Now, we all know that him talking about a car the week after, or even couple weeks after him and Marcus get into it, who does everybody think he's going to be talking about? Do you think anybody's thinking about the random chicks that he bought cars for? No. This is what comes with also being smart when you speak and learning how to say certain things and not say certain things. But everybody want to be a real nigga. Everybody want to stand on something. Everybody want to use everything besides their brain and their logic and their common sense when it comes to the cameras being on and the microphone being hot. You gotta cause some type of uproar, and he knew. That's the thing. Corey's not an idiot. Corey's not dumb. He knew him mentioning a car would send people to try to act like, or try to make it seem like he was talking about Marcus. But in reality, he caught that and was like, oh, I'm not talking about nobody specific. And that is a way to try to guard himself from feeling like, oh, I wasn't talking about nobody, so if anybody take offense to it, that's on them. And you see how that works in the brains of some of the people that react to some of these things that are being said, because you got people talking about Marcus is clout chasing. Marcus is doing it for the views. He ain't got nothing going on, so he got to do it for the views. When that man was responding to something he felt like was being directed towards him, regardless if his name was used or not, we all know about the car now. And people trying to blame YouTubers once again. Oh, y'all trying to start something between these two. No, we are literally reporting on what is being said by the niggas that's saying it. What makes y'all think that the videos that we posting should make other grown men make decisions out of life that will affect them in real life? It doesn't matter what our commentary is. We are giving an opinion. We could be completely wrong about everything that we talk about. These two niggas are the ones that know each other and that have each other's phone numbers and can call each other to find out something and get an understanding. Yet they keep going to the internet off of things they've been saying on the internet and responding to it. But it's the YouTubers' problems. No, sir. Niggas just need to find a better way to speak on these situations. That's all. And I see his excuse. It's a very great excuse to use. Oh, I bought bitches cars, man. I bought bitches cars and they ain't never got mad and said, man, F you. We don't know about them. We know about Marcus. And if you buying cars for women and you such a anti-LGBTQ advocate and you so, any little thing, even if a man fart around another man, that means he's flirting. Why are you buying another man a car who you don't even mess with like that? Why were you doing that? Was it for his mama so you could look good in her eyes, or was it something else, man? I mean, I'm telling you, you're not beating the allegations. Last week, you was talking about how if two men are in the room smashing two separate girls in the same room and they both skeet, then they gay. But then you proceeded to tell 3 separate stories about 3 separate instances where you was in the same room as another man smashing 2 girls, and you was looking at this man. You was trying to look at him so much so that this nigga had to put the sheets over him and his girl head. Come on, big fella. You can't be doing that type of shit and try to call somebody else gay. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. If you don't remember, let me see some of the stuff. Mr. October said, Goose trying to become a nurse is funny as the F. Well, you know, I know some people want me to go in and talk about that as well. I'm gonna address that really quick before we go into these videos and we check this out. It seems like over the past couple weeks or so, Corey has been letting it be known to his audience that Gooch has been in a very messed up space in life. Now, I don't know how true that is. I don't know if they just doing it to do it or to try to make people go and say stuff about Gooch to make him relevant, or just or the people that don't like Gooch to go and talk about him. I don't know what it is. Maybe he really is in a messed up situation. Who knows? I do know that he mentioned that the guy had a mild heart attack at one point. You should probably do a little bit more walking out there in your residence. If you having chest complications, you should probably walk a little bit more. You should probably do a little bit more exercise, and you should probably do a lot less thinking about what people on YouTube who you don't know are saying about a man that is not you, or a part of the show that you aren't even on. You should probably worry less about that and worry about your health. But a lot of these guys want to be something. They want to feel important. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mentioned this before. If you ever are watching the live chat of the 5150 show, all you do is see this guy trying his hardest to be noticed because he is a moderator, but not too many people give a damn about his presence in the chat or even on 5150, period. And it's just hilarious to watch. But also, I am not like this individual. I don't kick people when they're down. I don't try to go the morbid route. I don't try to go the, oh man, I'm going to try to destroy his name and try to make him look like a bitch. No, I mean, like, if he had a mild heart attack and the man is down on his luck and he needs help, well, I hope you get the help you deserve, man. If that is what you deserve. I don't think you deserve too much out of life, to be honest. I think you should probably struggle for the rest of your life. I hope I hope and pray that that's the case. But I have my reasons. Very valid reasons. Y'all don't have to have the same reasons because y'all just know outside of whatever the case may be. But he also is in nursing school, so he wants to become a nurse. That's pretty alpha male of you. I wish you nothing but success in that field, man. Do your thing. I'm not gonna sit here and try to make too many jokes. All right. I just know that there was a time where a certain individual would sit on the internet and try to down talk a bunch of YouTubers and different people and say how much this cost and how much he had, and showed off a bunch of materialistic things and cars and jewelry and all this expensive stuff that he tried to make people believe he had, only to turn around and need help from the very man he's been swinging from their testicles for years from. This man, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Corey, you should be helping that man out because he has been a crash out dummy for you for years. This man goes above and beyond to go to different inboxes, threaten people, go on the internet, say crazy stuff, post crazy stuff. He goes through hell and high water to make sure that his main man, his BFF, his booty ring demolisher, knows that he has his back. All right? That's all I'm saying. That is a loyal, if you talk about anything else, I don't care if you don't like that man or not. I know most y'all don't, but that is one loyal individual. I'm talking about loyal. It don't matter. You can be wrong as long as he's loyal to you. That's all that matters, man. You gotta have a little pit bull on retainer. Shout out to Sean Mims for the $9.99 in the chat. He said Corey sexuals are crazy. He can't do no wrong. Damn porch the lest. Oh, what was that? Porch the lest. Pooch the he said Pooch the Great. Oh, Pooch the Great. Yeah, okay. Pooch the less. Is that what that is? I meant Pooch the Great. Well, he's now Pooch the less. Shout out to y'all. He said they letting dudes with booty fingers go in the medical field now. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh damn. Not with booty fingers. Shout out to you, Sean Mills, for $199 for the correction as well. Listen, all I'm gonna say is that that is a huge lesson in why you shouldn't do certain things on the internet. That man posted a picture of a dead embryo or fetus or whatever you want to call it, and took the picture off of my social media after announcing something personal and something that I felt was tragic that happened in my life, in my family's life, and decided to try to put it on a t-shirt to be funny, only to go on in life and have heart problems, huge ankles, and not a pot to piss in. Listen, this is the reason why you should not do certain things, because when there's certain things come back around to hit you, like life, this is why I sit back. I don't ever have to go and do shit to people. I ain't never got to go and try to go after people, try to look up addresses. I ain't got to try to intimidate nobody. I ain't got to try to use gang affiliations to try to make somebody back down. I ain't got to do none of that. The universe is always going to come back around and show you that life exists. And I'm going to forever remind this guy about the decision he made out of being emotional over another man while calling himself an alpha. You went hard. Pause. It was so much better for this guy to just ignore me. But not only did we get your secrets out here and the stuff that you really into, but now life is kicking your ass. This is why I do hope nursing school works out so that you can have a better mentality on life and realize, man, you had to get humbled by life, not by me. I didn't do it. Life did it. Life has a very funny way of showing itself. When you guys don't understand, this is why I don't come on here and talk crazy about people for no reason. This is why I don't put that energy out there, because you never know what life is handing you, bro. Like I've struggled so much in life with different shit. I'd be damned to go around and try to make somebody else feel less than or try to talk down on somebody else when I got real shit I got to worry about myself. Imagine I'm walking down. I can't walk a mile without my chest hurting. This nigga couldn't walk down the block without his feet swelling, his ankles blowing up, and his chest screaming, "Please, nigga, sit down." So just understand where I'm coming from. Remember life, man. And remember that it always gets real at any moment. Even for me, it can get real for me at any moment as well. We never disregard. That's the thing about that. Never disregard it. It can happen to you. Now, for those that don't remember what Marcus had to say, let me go ahead and refresh y'all memories. We're going to go ahead and share this. And y'all going to listen to some of the things Marcus had to say in regards to him and Corey's fallout, or him responding to Corey making the subliminals towards Marcus. Listen here.
I know this was done. You know, I thought it was square. I wasn't saying nothing. I wasn't mentioning nobody. I ain't do no subs with nobody. I ain't said nothing. But niggas keep mentioning me, like keep subbing me, keep saying slick. Niggas, stop mentioning me, bro. Stop throwing subs at me. Stop alluding at me. Stop saying shit like you talking about me, bro. You Corey, cause I don't do no they. I ain't no scary ass nigga. I don't do they. I say your name. Of course, stop talking about me, bro. Stop mentioning. Stop none of that, bro. Leave me alone, bro. I ain't said nothing to you. I ain't said nothing about you, bro. I get it. You do this. You know what I'm talking about? You do this for you start beefing when you know you feel like getting slow or something. I don't know what the fuck you be on, but nigga, stop talking, nigga. I ain't said nothing about you, nigga. Leave me the fuck alone. What you mad at me for? You mad at me because you had to do buy one get one free tickets in Little Rock, and they.
Shout out to the 5. Yo, man, what is this? Shout out to you, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel as well. He said 1 bucket of KFC is enough, Pooch. It is.
Still cancel your show? Is that why you mad at me? That ain't my fault, nigga. It ain't my fault. Don't go beefing with the nigga that's from the city. You gonna go beef with the nigga that's from the city and think you gonna come to the city? Man, you out your goddamn mind. You crazy in the motherfucker, man. And then you always want to, man, nigga, stop mentioning me, nigga. I ain't said nothing. But nigga, you can't blame me cause your shit got canceled. Cause man, that came out the blue. That came out the blue like a motherfucker. You started mentioning me. That ain't my fault, nigga. Shit, you can sell Lil Rock. You can't sell Lil Rock. You know who can sell Lil Rock? It's a nigga. Nigga just sold Lil Rock out. Used to be on your show. Nate Jackson.
Nate Jackson sold out Lil Rock. Let me go ahead and read this $9.99 real quick. Shout out to Sean Mims again with the $9.99 in the super chat. He said, if Pooch get a roommate, is he moist in Corey's words? I think he already is moist in Corey's world, not just words, but world. And that's just something that Corey doesn't talk about. You know, when you sit there and say that somebody comes with some things, but you don't want to expound on what them things is after having a conversation of moistness, well, it can only be 2 things. Matter of fact, it only can be 4 things. Oh, wait, no. It can only be 5 things. 5. Sorry, excuse me. I'm not a part of the community, so I be forgetting sometimes, but shout out to y'all. It can only be 5 things. You know what I'm saying? It can only be 5 things, and that is LGBTQ. Anyway. What else are y'all saying, man? He said, I like how Corey, Infinite Umber, shout out to you. He said, I like how Corey starts the BS, and then when Marcus responds, he tries to play victim, talking about he's blocking people now. Yeah, the whole blocking thing is a little crazy, because we're talking about somebody who literally talked about how he loved to keep the comments up even if people were talking shit, but obviously those things get to him. Let's see. Nate is dope. Yes, he is. Corey's heart was demolished when Marcus brought up the canceled Little Rock show. Yeah, and I know that hurt his ego, because that is something that Corey is driven by a lot of the times, is his ego. And I know he doesn't like to see it that way, or he tries to make it seem humbling, like when he said that he's a hard act to follow. He's like, oh, that's some arrogant shit to say, but he meant that because he does this every week. He tries to remind people of how great he is as a comedian. You do not see his peers who are in high levels and who have been consistent with their careers and the fame or the notoriety that they have sit there and continuously tell people all the time how good they are and how they are the shit and how they are the man or how they are a hard act to follow, because when you see the work that they put in and you see where they are in life, it shows for itself. He brought up Kevin Hart a few times last night. I don't ever see Kevin Hart unless he's joking, talking about how he's the greatest or how he's great or how he's this and that. He already knows he is. And the crazy thing about it is, this isn't me insinuating that Corey's not great. We all know he's a great comedian. So to continue to bring it up shows the insecurity within himself. It's not that people don't believe it on the outside looking in. It's because he has to continue to say that to himself because of the insecurities. And then having a show flop definitely stroked his insecurities like a Diddy freak off. But also being reminded right after, when he went to Philly and selling that out and having a great show, always should be something to be reminded of, because you're not always going to win. You're not always going to be the greatest thing coming into a city. You're not always going to be the most well-known and most well-respected or the most sought-after ticket. And that's okay, because the places that you do go to that love you and that show up and that sell out these venues, those are the things that you should appreciate. It kind of goes to the message of how he spends so much time talking about YouTubers or the negative things that's being said about him, when there's so many people out there, especially in his chat, or people out there that post videos that talk highly of Corey, who will sit there and show a lot of love, but he doesn't show them the same attention he does to the people that bring negativity. And that isn't just a testament to the negative energy that's around him, but to what his interests are and what he is willingly giving his attention to. Let's hear a little bit more of this, then we're going to move on to what Corey had to say.
Nate Jackson sold that motherfucker out. You can sell enough tickets with the buy one, get one free? Stop doing that shit, bro. I ain't saying nothing about you. Quit playing with me, dog. You I'm telling you, man, just leave me alone, bro. Just leave me alone, bro. Stop. You always saying little slick shit, and then you always putting day on it. I ain't talking about nobody in particular. Nigga, I know who you talking about. You putting accurate descriptions. You ain't got to do that. Say it. Say my name, nigga. Candyman. Candyman, nigga. Say my name. Stop fucking with me, bro. This man, nigga, he wasn't talking. He ain't bought him no car. Buying a car was an accurate description.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be, see that's why he always throw that day in there. So motherfuckers can be like, oh, he wasn't talking about you. You would, no, nigga, I know what the fuck you saying.
This happened last week on the show.
Last night. Sick of that shit, dog. I don't know what's wrong with you, bro. I ain't never met no nigga like this. Motherfucker swear somebody jealous or envious of you when they go start doing their own thing, and like, nigga, what are you talking about? How would I be jealous or envious of you if I'm trying to do my own thing and I'm separating myself from you? The fuck is you talking about? You don't need, shit you say don't even make sense, dog.
Now, this is what people were talking about when they were in his comments. I saw a lot of people like, oh man, Mark is doing this for views. Mark is doing this because he trying to get clout, or he trying to get clout off Corey's name. Bro is literally responding to what he felt like was disrespect. Do y'all really think Marcus would have got on there saying the same things if Corey never mentioned anything about a car that night? Do y'all really think that? Do y'all really think that the YouTubers that pointed it out and that highlighted that moment was the spark in Marcus's back to say something? Or do you think it was the fact that they went on to squash the beef and thought everything was cool because they met up in person and squashed it there, and Corey went on the next week to say that they squashed it and had only cool things to say after that, only for the very following next week him to make a remark about buying a car? Do you not think it's that? Or do y'all really think that Marcus was just jumping out the window and trying to do it for clout? Let me know. Now, a lot of people speculated that Corey was going to go on his show and just completely eviscerate Marcus. Like, I was fully expecting Corey to say, and that's why me and mama fucked. When you was out there doing your thing, me and your mama was in the back room. I thought he was finna say some wild shit, but he totally took it in a totally new direction that I haven't seen Corey do in a while, actually ever. And he decided that he was gonna start blocking the individuals who he does not want to associate with, who he feels is beneath him, who he feels like ain't on shit, ain't got no money, and doing podcasts in poverty. All right? Let's hear what Corey had to say, man. Oh, I didn't even pull the video up. Y'all can't even hear the video, man. Damn. All right, here we go. Listen up.
It's a lot of podcasts and poverty out here. I call them podcasts and poverty because this is the truth. I ain't gonna say how many of them it is, but there are guys out here talking shit about a nigga like me, and they not even paying for the internet. They talking shit about me. And that's pretty wretched. Yeah. That's pretty wretched. So what I'm about to do, I'm blocking all these people like that, man. I never thought to really be like one who block people. Yeah. But I'm blocking them people, and
Sorry, y'all.
As people who try to be cool with me, people who have access with me, don't tell me nothing about them people because I might block you.
Wow.
I ain't got time. These motherfuckers throwing rocks at an airplane in the sky, man. I ain't the type of motherfucker to come on air with $100,000 and just put it on top of the desk to try to prove myself. But trust me, I'll put it to you like this. Niggas, y'all not like me. I'm favored in this game. I'm not bitter. It's people, the most hits they ever get on their show is when they talking shit about me.
Right.
And I don't care if this is what you got to do. Declare Corey said something about you. Whatever you want to do, I'm blocking you. Do your thing, homie. Because y'all motherfuckers is starving and I know it. Your situation is precarious. You're starving. And you want me to say your name, but I'm not going to say it. I'm done. I give it up. Y'all win. Talk about me. It's like when one time it was a man in a dress talking about me. I naturally never responded because the man had on a dress. I was like, do I have to respond to that? He's insane.
Right.
Now, some of these people act like they not insane.
Man.
Hey, listen, man. I don't care what y'all got to say about anybody and what they wear and what they identify as, but fucking what's his name or what's her name? T.S. Madison. She cooked you, bro. T.S. Madison cooked you, man. And the thing is, you try to disregard it because of who this person identifies as, but when you get cooked, you get cooked. There ain't nothing much else you can say about that. And there was a reason why you wouldn't want to go back and forth with T.S. Madison, because that nigga is is wild. And the last thing I want is for one of them niggas to tell me or do the same thing they did to academics. This is why I didn't want academics to be saying nothing to Saucy Santana, because as soon as Saucy said, nigga, I'm gonna bend you over and I'm gonna put it in your butt, this nigga academic start crying. That shit is terrifying. It's like, it's terrifying because anybody that will threaten to scrape you, that is crazy. That is insane. You don't know. You already know ain't nothing gonna happen because they deal with different metrics. I'm just saying, there's a reason why you don't want to go back and forth. Because also, T.S. Madison ain't no little nigga. T.S. Madison look like the nigga could box. Like, knock your ass out. And Corey's wrist ain't been the same for the last couple months. This nigga need rehab. He need to go and get some mobility back in his wrist. You feel me? So it ain't a good idea to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. There was a reason.
Yeah. But they insane. Dog, I don't got time for you. You are hungry. And taking it out on a motherfucker like me, be down. God damn it. Like I said, the shit David Banner said, the Muslim brother taught him, what make you think you ain't gonna get tested, nigga?
Right.
I'm getting tested. Y'all can test me. But I'm saying to the real boys and girls, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't on shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. The show that I didn't do this weekend in Little Rock, Arkansas, I got a lot of emails from people. Corey, what happened? I bought tickets for the show. Listen, brother, I'm gonna do a show in Little Rock. And I'm gonna set it up on my own. And I'm gonna try to bring my crew with me. And I'm gonna try to bring some comics. Cause every show I do, I don't have to hit a lick. I could do a show and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? The people in Little Rock who bought tickets to see me, thank you. Maybe we can get an email list of y'all and throw y'all a lick on the ticket price or whatever.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna come down to Little Rock and do a show. Cause I ain't been to Little Rock in at least 15 years. You know what?
Now, y'all let me know if y'all hear excuses or do y'all hear somebody just explaining how it is in the comedy game. You know what I'm saying? I know I saw a lot of people saying that Corey's making excuses or, you know, here come the explanations of bullshit. But I mean, to be honest, in reality, this is how it goes for a lot of comedians, whether you on, you know, a big scale or not. You know, when these comedians go and they work on new material, they be going to different small clubs all around, you know what I'm saying, with like 10, 20, 30 people. And it's not like what you see when they show up on Netflix specials and stuff like that, because all that shit is curated. All that stuff is, if they didn't sell all the tickets, Netflix gonna make sure they go and find seat fillers. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. You know what I mean? When people have huge productions like a Kevin Hart, if he has to go to Australia and sells out an arena in Australia, please believe me that man got a lot of seat fillers in there. Because I don't know too many people in Australia that want to sit through a Kevin Hart stand-up. That's no shade, no hate, but I'm just saying. A lot of the stuff looks good. It looks good. But we are talking about the industry.
You know what I'm saying? I went down there for one little show in a tavern. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't promoted the way I want the city to come see me, and I know how the city's economics go because I've done the research. Because you know, when I lose, I'll be like, damn, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Because I've done shows on this Joe King tour where it's not that big demographic. See, a city like Philadelphia,
they coming out.
I mean, this motherfuckers out there is different. It's the city.
Yeah. The
city dwellers. We find a way to get it like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you like this too. I'm Serious said most all comedians are a little off, and Corey has said that himself. Corey is a self-proclaimed I have issues type of individual. He knows that, and that's something that even through all the things that he's done or whatever the case may be, or the things that I disagree with, I respect that because he knows that. That's why I say he's not an idiot. He's not dumb. He knows exactly what he's doing. He says it about himself. All comedians are a little off. All comedians have mental illness. That's what he says. He said that's why they are funny. We should not cancel our own, but we can be critical. I like all of them folks, but not together. It seems to be problematic. Here's another thing too. This is why it's murky waters when you start going around telling people that they're hate channels or that all they do is hate on you when people can see the dynamic. Anybody with common sense, anybody with logic or common sense can see that there's a lot of drama surrounding the 5150 show and Corey Holcomb's name. And I see delusions within Corey that's like, oh, well, we do good shit. Why don't people talk about good shit? Because you don't hardly talk about good shit. It's always, if it's not you talking about who's gay in the industry, you're talking about who ain't shit as a comedian, or you talking about somebody else famous who did something who you disagree with or have an issue with or want to claim that they gay and all this. Like, there's so much negative energy is surrounding 5150 that people are now begging for the jokes to come back. Like, you can throw jokes within it, but it's like where people just want people now want to just have a good time. I think a lot of the 5150 show watchers and people that be in the comments are tired of the same repetitive conversations every week. And it's funny because it'll be from somebody that's like, all these niggas do is talk about me, or the most views they get is talking about me. All you do is talk about the same shit every week as well. It's like, where do we find a common ground? I can't think of anybody who can tell me of different subject matter that has been talked about on the 5150 show in years, because it's the same conversations and the same verbiage, the same statements, the same everything. Now, the entertainment factor is still there because of who he talks about and how he says things. But after a while, people are going to be like, all right, man, let's move on. Because it's gotten so repetitive that now people are starting to call him gay. People starting to call him part of the LGBTQ community because he can't stop talking about gay people. It's now a must that at least 69 times during the 5150 show, somebody's got to be brought up in a LGBTQ manner, or there's something suspect said on the show. You can predict, oh, okay, who is Corey going to talk about now? Which comedian ain't shit now? Which one of these unfunny niggas can we speak on now? It's the same shit. And now we see that even to him, it's like, oh, man, this is getting repetitive. And now he wants to block out anything that has to do with anything like that, because I feel like he's starting to understand, like, there are people out here that you still have OG 5150 people that pull up and watch the show every week, even if they aren't entertained or even if they don't think that it is what it was. So that's all that is. Now, let's see what you're talking about. He said 5150. How? Yep, I agree, GMS. The dynamic reveals motive almost all the time. He is a negative despite it working for him. That's right. GMS was never a hate channel, never will be one. He only reports what's put out there. That's funny because right after that, we got Polo the Don, who is blowing a Diddy freak off flute in his picture, talking about GMS is a hate channel and is also repetitive. Totally repetitive. If we didn't see the repetitiveness in what has been happening, we wouldn't be so repetitive talking about the same fuck shit that has been happening for years. So I guess you can say we are repetitive over here. Let's see. It's always been the same. Zoe just added a different perspective. Also, Bobby at times. Shout out to Bobby. Shout out to Zoe. Ben here says, how many dudes you know that break both their wrists? It's really ironic because all he talks about is gay folks. That's hilarious. And I said that too. I said that was probably the line that set him over the edge with Marcus. I think he would have thought that it was all lighthearted and jokes with Marcus if Marcus didn't say that line. Marcus had a specific line in that roast video where he was like, oh, you talk about gay people all the time. Now you're sitting there with two broke wrists. that was hilarious. And it probably, and as you can see, Corey doesn't like to have his manhood tested. He doesn't like when his manhood is talked about, but when he could talk about a Shannon Sharp or one of the many people he thinks is gay behind the scenes, oh, it's just him telling jokes, or it's him just seeing what he sees and keeping it real. Oh my God. Let's see. Lee Rose said, that is what deeply closeted men do. They talk ish about gays to deflect from themselves. I saw that firsthand. As a matter of fact, the man who is now in nursing school, who Corey was talking about last night, is a perfect example of just that. A person that would get on the internet and talk about LGBTQ individuals, even so much to talk about that they need to be that they need to be killed, like they need to die, and they deserve all types of just heinous and outrageous speaking from this person who you would have thought would have never in his life participated in anything slightly gay until you entered this person's Twitter page where they follow and like a bunch of suspect things. It's literally that. That like, it is crazy because I still till this day wonder what certain individuals around him think about that if they saw that video. Like, I didn't promote that video the way that I should have. Like, the thumbnail doesn't have either of the guys on it. The title doesn't even have their names involved in it. Nothing. But certain people found it, and it has a couple thousand views on my page. I have been wondering what these niggas think about that. And and I know that Corey has addressed it in a very vague way because they clearly don't want that to be the center of conversation. They don't want that video to do what that video could have done if I would have titled it right, hashtagged it right, did all that stuff. I did that on purpose just so people can stumble across that video if they like to. If you want that information, you can get it. But the thing about it is, when he mentioned it on his show or referenced it by saying people want him to address things, and if he did, it'll just make him them or some stupid logic that this person was using, instead of being like, oh, all the stuff that I'm against, all the stuff that I be talking about, all the LGBTQ nonsense that comes out of my mouth, when somebody gets brought into the fold that you are close with and gets proven to be a weirdo behind the scenes, you let that go because you mess with them. And that's bigger than just the whole LGBTQ talk. It's also because that's how he deals with a lot of the people that he still feels like he can hit a lick with, like the Kevin Harts or the Nick Cannons, or, you know what I'm saying, whoever else out here, Deion Coles. The people like that, he won't see nothing in anything that they did wrong or would do wrong because of his level of respect and loyalty to these individuals. Which I can respect it. You know what I'm saying? If these people helped you out at some point, why would you shit on them? But also, a lot of the contradictions come within that. Let's finish this video up so we can move on.
Saying, like, there are some places that we are scheduled where I might not hit it that hard because you got to put a real promotion into it. You got to do more than just the internet. You got to find a way to get down, unless you got a mixed following.
Right.
The boys and girls who want to see me in Little Rock, I promise y'all, I'm coming back.
What are you talking about?
I'm coming back. I'll finance
Mr.
myself.
Polo.
Because I'm blessed to do that.
Yeah,
Mr. Polo the Don. What are you talking about? Let's just give him a little bit of the attention he wants, because that's what they do. They come in here so that we can read off their chats and talk to them because they're lonely and miserable and look like you two-fisting a dick in your picture right now. I cannot help it. I can't help but to see that image. You should probably change that picture. That picture looks crazy. Anyway, he said, bro, you've been asking for him to change for years, but his channel is getting bigger. Nobody has asked this man to change. As a matter of fact, everybody has been just saying, hey, man, why don't you just like leave the other stuff alone and just like continue on doing what, like, if y'all think that the drama surrounding his show and surrounding his name is good for Corey because his numbers look good, y'all are mistaken, man. This is why he's dealing with the stuff he's dealing with now, because people have a perception of him. People think that he's going to walk in a room and immediately start talking about gay people. They think he's going to walk in a room and immediately start investigating and looking around and catching for somebody to do something so he can go on his show and talk about them. Talk about situations that people don't even know about. People would never know about if he didn't bring it up. And if you telling me that Corey's not talented enough to talk about anything else or to be in any other or have any other type of conversations or just simply be funny, then you don't believe in that man. You don't believe in that man. It is clear that there's an issue that he has and that he's hurt out here. That's all that is. If you don't believe in this man and his talent, just say that. If you think I've been just sitting here talking like this because I want Corey to fail, you haven't been listening. If you said I've been saying this for years, what else have you paid attention to that I've been saying for years? Come on now. Get real with me, man. I don't just sit up here and be like, oh man, Corey is just failing. He's sad and he's corny and he's this and that. No. I have some common sense about myself. I see what's going on, man. This man is hurt. He has a lot of trauma that he doesn't confront. And if he does talk about it, he's talking about it on his show. This ain't therapy. Because if it was, niggas would be moving different. Corey is somebody who wishes the industry really messed with him the way that he desired. But he has carved a lane for himself in the way that the industry is not going to look at him first. They're not going to consider him for a lot of big things that he may deserve. Write that down. Clip that. For those of you that think I'm a hate channel, clip that. What have I been saying also for years? That the man needs to go ahead and produce his own special because he has the resources, he has the fan base, and he has the talent. He has found the perfect place to shoot a 1-hour special at. The Coin Academy is the perfect place, but because a nigga like me is saying it, he gonna think, oh, what this bum ass nigga know about comedy and doing shows and doing specials and capitalizing off of. I already know. Even though it's an incredible idea. You can get all your people, bunch of fellow comedians. You can get their family members, all the dudes that work at the Coin Academy can invite people, pack out the Coin Academy, shoot an hour special, all new material, post it on the 5150 show that would definitely get you over 1 million views off of that alone. Y'all got to stop thinking I hate this nigga. I want to see this nigga win. It is not my problem that this man continues to be a negative nigga. That's not my issue. Y'all think I'm coming here talking about shit because I want to be a hate channel or I want to be negative or I just always got some bad shit to say about Corey. It's always just some type of negativity surrounding the issue. That's all that is.
Ticket though.
You know,
No, Lil Rock, we ain't charging no
they got
$4 a ticket, goddammit. But I'm gonna come back to Lil Rock because I just ain't been down there really on no big stage in a while, and this was my chance, and it didn't go right. And of course, the people out there who made they wet, they want to talk about whatever, because it ain't just women with it's men with and that just made they day. But it don't stop me. I'm a monster. I'm a monster without the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't just saying that. I'm a monster, man. Sometimes I look at what I do and I'm like, damn, if the industry with me, I'll really be gone.
See?
I told them people, yo, y'all can do the show and I'll tell you.
What did I say? He is somebody that really wants the industry to mess with him the long way, but it just won't happen. And that's something that he is in grief about. And a lot of people, because of the perception he gives off to his fans, they think he don't care about that. They honestly feel like he doesn't care about the industry acceptance when he clearly does.
Half the lick. You know what I'm saying? Half of what I'm supposed to get. But they was like, no, Corey, we ain't, you know, it happens every once in a while. Just like at Clark Atlanta. That was the last time I really feel like I took a LL.
Right.
When the Little Rock show didn't happen, I was hurt. I was, God damn. And then, of course, there are people out there. It made their day. Corey started stuff with sweaty pits. Corey, you act like a bitter BM. Well, you know, that's what people say, but I got the nuts. If I'm talking about somebody, I say their name. But I don't have time to argue with podcast and poverty no more.
Podcast or trolls.
It's not gonna happen. Podcast. Y'all act like I'm like y'all. Like I'll be scared to say who the fuck I am or what the fuck I'm doing. But people who know me, I'm good enough with the people who know me. If I got a problem with somebody, I'll say it. I made an example about a car. I bought cars.
We'd like to know who you are.
The bitches didn't even get mad.
We'd like to
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear you. Like,
I done bought bitches cars.
Hey, man.
And
Hey, man. Maybe it's just me or Corey was trying to block out D talking about we'd like to know who they are because, Corey, you using examples. I'm going to go back so y'all can hear D trying to say it, but she couldn't get it out because he kept talking over her. We would like to know who these women are because we didn't hear about them. We only know about you buying Marcus a car. So when you reference it, this is what I'm saying about when you reference something. When you reference something, and it wasn't just something you brought up months later. This is only a week or so after you and Marcus got into it and then made up. And everybody talking about you buying Marcus a car. So when you bring up a car, nobody's going to think about the past chicks you bought cars for because they don't know about them. They only know about Marcus. So to give that example is just another way of him trying to go around and move the goalposts and try to make Marcus look like he's soft or like he a bitch or like he this and that because you decided to throw subliminals, man. Like, damn.
Cars.
We'd like to know who you are.
The bitches didn't even get mad.
We'd like to know.
Do you hear that?
yeah, I hear you. Like,
I done bought bitches cars. And the bitches ain't even mad. Not one bitch was like, fuck you, nigga. All that shit. There is a hate for Corey Holcomb that I can't really explain because I ain't did shit. Take Precise, for example. I don't want to argue with Precise, really. I liked Precise because I felt like Precise was
some talent.
a good singer, but there was a clash and we had to split. It ain't hate with Precise. Unfortunately, Precise took it personally. And I swear to God, I'm not even mad. Now, some of these motherfuckers, you gotta get the fuck on. I'm not mad at you either, but you gotta get the fuck away from me, man, because y'all motherfuckers ain't doing shit. You ain't bringing shit to the game. Drama. I'm blocking all you motherfuckers who ain't got no money. And the reason I picked the ones out who ain't got no money, because this is the truth. Once you are a man over 35 and you talking shit about people who you can't even afford, it ain't even a lease in your name. I cannot argue with you. You like the nigga in the dress now. I'm talking about anybody. I'm not talking about one person in particular.
No,
I'm talking about like, just like the little young boy outside.
I feel like whenever he says he's not talking about anybody in particular, he's talking about somebody in particular. Maybe that's just me. Let's see. BOKC, Rome Allen, he said, yo, GMS, I got a question. Who was Corey talking about when he said he got a friend living in a box? I don't know who he was talking about. I have no clue who he was talking about. I thought he was making it up until he started going into detail. And I was like, well, maybe he really does know somebody that lives in the box. He said, Disagreeable says he misses Precise badly. Yes, he does. Because Precise was supposed to really help out on the music tip. And once they kind of went to shit, it kind of was like, you know what I'm saying? Like Corey has music out there, but I think he wanted to go and venture with Precise and do some shit on the road, because he worked that into his routine. Corey worked that through his routine. He was like, I'm going to fit Precise into my routine so that we can have something new and something fresh for the audience. And then next thing you know, they had to separate. So he had to kind of go back to the drawing board and do something different with his routine. And the thing about it is, just to throw Corey some bell, he is a frequent traveler. He does a lot of shows all year round. So when you have to come up with a new game plan, it isn't like somebody who's an up-and-coming comedian that's trying to find the next spot to perform at. He's booked every weekend. So it's like he had to come up with something quick within a certain time span because he's still booked up. You know what I'm saying? So he had it was a lot of adjustment happening. But at the same time, he should have known the type of individual Precise was, that was only going to run into issues. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that acts like Precise acts, you're going to have some issues along the way. The sheriff is shout to you. She said, we only hear about Corey leaving $40 on the dressers in the morning. He never said nothing about buying cars for bitches. Yeah, that's right. We never heard about those. We only know about the $40 because he said that's pretty much all they worth. You know, he tries to find women in poverty-stricken situations. That's another thing. If all you do is look for poverty-stricken chicks out here in this world, why are you poverty shaming people? Why are you poverty shaming when that is your preferred hole to enter? Is a poverty stricken. You need to work on that. Extreme says facts. When he says he ain't talking about nobody, he's definitely talking about somebody. Damn, D Rich, he said Precise still buying blow in sweatsuits. God damn. One Fast R said he had brought Precise out in his Detroit show. Half the audience started walking out thinking it was the end of the show. Damn. Extreme said, how you think Marcus feel about Craig when he chimes in, since Craig's still cool with Marcus? Well, that's the thing. I've realized that Craig, when he brings certain things up and when he talks about certain instances, when he's piggybacking off of something Corey's saying about somebody specific, a lot of the times Craig is just kind of speaking on the situation, but from his perspective and from the things that he went through, because as y'all know, he had a public blowout with his former co-host. So when Corey speaks on his former co-hosts or people that he used to be around or people that did him wrong or people that are shady, when Craig chimes in, I can tell that he's chiming in from a place of his own situation that happened with him. I don't think he has any issues with Marcus. I don't think that he's chiming in to try to give his 2 cents about Marcus. That's just my honest opinion. I don't take Craig to be that type of individual. But some of the things that Craig says, I do feel like is indirectly directed towards Corey. Like, he'll say something that will completely 1,000% apply to Corey, but saying it on the platform as if he's talking about somebody else. And then to me, it's like, if you're somebody, like if he's not, of course, I don't think he's actually doing that to throw subliminals at the nigga that's sitting next to him. I truly believe that he says this without thinking that this has something to do with Corey. And if he was as knowledgeable and had the type of common sense that he has to diagnose other people with dictionary bound words and shit like that, he will understand that some of the things that he says applies to the very man that he sits next to on Tuesday nights to do the show. And it's happened several times. I wish there was somebody that can go back in previous shows. It's going to be hard to do because you're going to have to go through hours and hours of shows. But if you can go and find some of the things that Craig has said on the 5150 show that apply to Corey and then match that up to some of the things that Corey has done, you would think that that man was throwing subliminals at that man, but he's not. He's literally saying it because he feels that way about other individuals. Damn. Grits and Gravy said he helped Marcus with the car because he was trying to hit his mama. Jesus. Disagreeable says Craig is also a manipulator like Corey. He tells you flat out if you listen to him. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, the Roast Me episode. I remember that with Craig and Marcus. But, I mean, that's Roast Me. Like, a nigga went on Roast Me in a wheelchair, and they made all the possible legs and feet jokes that they could make. Like, it's a harsh space. You know what I'm saying? So Marcus, I mean, that's something that I was expecting. I was expecting him to go in on Marcus. But you know, if you are somebody like me, you can kind of discern whether somebody is just doing something for the fun of it, lighthearted, just for jokes, or somebody that wanted to actually say something to somebody, but because they're a comedian or because they're roasting, they feel like they can get away with it in that moment. I said Marcus don't want to smoke with Craig. I don't know. Marcus seems like the only person that I've heard about over the past few years that has gotten into physical altercations. I ain't heard nothing from Corey's side. I don't really know about Craig if he's gotten into anything like that. But if he did, it would have probably been with some of his former co-hosts. I don't think it would be with anybody random outside of a comedy club like Marcus been doing. But let's finish this up real quick.
At the club, he thought I wanted to fight. I don't fight no more. I'm a OG veteran nigga who gone from all that. I don't fight no more. Look, bro, you in danger. Get the away from me. I gotta get the away from y'all, man. I started hanging out at freak off parties rather than stand outside with these bust ass niggas.
Be at the Elks Lodge, nigga.
Wait, a freak off? Sir. It's like that one nigga from TikTok. He's sweating like a mother. Sir, what are you talking about? You rather be at a freak off? That's not a good look, man. You in Hollywood. You could say you from Chicago all day, but you've been in LA most of your life. So to even mention a freak off. But anyway, of course he was joking. What I think is, and today is Wednesday, so Marcus has all the room and opportunity to respond if he wants to. If I was him, I wouldn't, because to me it was like the mix of a white flag and also just being like, yeah, no, I ain't got time to be going back and forth. And Marcus talks about a lot of different topics on his show. He has segments on his show. He has people call in. Marcus isn't thirsty for clout and views like that to where he want to go and start beef with people on the internet. I think that he spent a lot of time with Corey. He felt like Corey was a big bro. He felt like he could trust Corey. He probably felt like he could confide in Corey and look at him as a big bro and as an OG that could help him in the game. And when that happens where things go south and now you have a negative outlook on somebody, it's only natural that you will feel some of the type of ways that Marcus is feeling. If you don't think that Marcus is hurt by the situation or that he's not fazed by him and Corey not being cool no more, you are sadly mistaken, man. Sadly mistaken. It is a sad situation, man. It is a sad situation because I wholeheartedly believe that Marcus isn't a bad dude. You can have your opinion on whether you think Marcus is funny, if he's not funny, if he contributed to the 5150 show or not. I don't see Marcus being the type of negative individual where he wants to start beef with people, because he's been doing his podcast for the last couple years now and he hasn't done it yet. So that's all I'm saying. Extreme said, I just feel like if Craig left on bad terms, Corey would be saying the same thing about Craig that he does about Marcus, because Corey used to vouch for Marcus just like he does for Craig. Yeah, he did. He used to call Marcus a stand-up guy. He used to say all that, and Marcus mentioned that when he did his Q&A. He was like, how y'all gonna sit behind a man that at once was saying, I'm a stand-up individual, I'm a real nigga, I'm a good person, I'm this and that, and then as soon as we fall out, now all of a sudden I'm the opposite of all of that because this man don't like me. That's typical teenage high school girl shit. You can still be like, oh, he's a good guy, but yeah, his intentions, I'm just unsure about his intentions. I can't rock with Marcus because of these instances. Not try to discredit him as a comedian or as a talent and try to go at his family. Like, that shit was weird. And honestly, to me, I knew that was going to be the most unforgivable part of this whole entire situation. I knew him and Marcus weren't going to get back to being cool just because they met up and squashed it outside. I knew Marcus wasn't going to head back to 5150 because you didn't just disrespect him, you disrespected his mom. And people keep talking about, oh, he a mama's boy, he lived with his mom. The fact of the matter is Marcus moved to LA first, and he wanted his family out there, so he had his mom move in. Because LA is expensive. as shit. And instead of having 2 homes in LA to pay for out the ass, he did it the smart way. And Marcus's thinking, I would assume, is that when things really take off for him, hey, mama, you can have this house. I'm going to go buy me another house. Therefore, having 2 homes, but one of them your mom lives in. I don't see a lot of niggas saying that about the dudes who we used to see on cribs back in the day, which they probably weren't their houses. But a lot of these people had their parents, they had their mama living in the crib with them. Y'all weren't calling them mama's boys. Y'all were like, damn, look at him. He taking care of his mama. But because the narrative that was put out there by a certain individual that everybody believes in, they would sit there and call that man a mama's boy. I just see things a little bit differently. That's all. That's all. Now, we do have a couple more things that we need to discuss while we are here. First things first. I believe that the younger generation has such a false sense of pride and a false sense of success when it comes to certain things that they tend to put their foot in their mouths when they speak on the people that came before them or the pioneers in the game or people that actually had real physical accomplishments and not the digital ones. So you have individuals who believe that streaming means something, that people like, oh, for every 1,000 stream, you get $1. What the fuck does that sound like? It sounds like you getting robbed. It sounds like you got the extra baby oil at the freak off. That don't sound like one physical copy of an album. So Joe Budden got a plaque recently after 20 years. He got a gold or a platinum plaque. I think it was a gold plaque or a plaque, whatever it was, of his song Pump It Up. And you had individuals laughing at that type of accomplishment as if they don't understand that streaming and physical sales do not even compare. $200,000 records sold, physical copies, is not the same as 200,000 sold through streaming. When y'all talk about first week numbers, who gives a fuck about one first week number? Whatever happened to letting an album grow, letting an album do what it does? We have become such short attention span consumers of music that we think people supposed to be getting 250,000 sales or 250,000 units in the first week. Oh, he's supposed to sell this much because he's this type of artist. What? Because we've allowed this mentality to go on, people think that that means something. Do you know how big of an accomplishment it is to have a gold record from physical copies? That means somebody went out and picked up a CD, went to a register and bought it. Not just clicked play on Spotify or Tidal. And now you got to wait for 1,000 more people to click play for you to even get $1 of that shit. When somebody sold one physical copy for $13.99. Imagine if one stream equated to one album purchase, $9.99. Let's say it was $9.99 that you had to pay for a physical album. And they equated one listen to one album sale. That is when artists get paid what they deserve for putting in the work and being in this business and helping this genre grow to enormous amounts. I'm saying this to say that Joe Budden has been far removed from music for a very long time. A lot of people know Joe Budden for his podcast nowadays. So when people talk about his music or people try to talk about Pump It Up, to me, they look stupid as shit. First of all, y'all too young to remember the space that Joe had of people calling him one of the best lyricists ever. And to continue to bring up Pump It Up as if he doesn't have countless amounts of songs where he is exercising his lyrical ability, where he has been put in the same conversations as some of the best rappers to ever do it. I don't want to hear shit about Pump It Up. It's like people really forget. Like, do you know people are still begging this man to get back on a microphone just to rap again? Because they haven't forgot that aspect. Like, there's so many people that have transitioned from music to podcasting or media where people don't give a damn about the songs that they made or even if they ever step foot in a studio again. When Joe talks about rap conversations, people don't just say, oh yeah, Joe's opinion. No, they also say that he can actually hang with the people that he's talking about, which actually validates his opinion when it comes to music. If you can't keep up with none of these niggas lyrically, I don't want to hear you talk about their lyrical ability. Joe has every right, and he is more justified than anybody on any podcast platform to talk about anybody in music. So the fact that this young nigga DDG decided that he was going to get mad because Joe has something to say about his relationship. Now, if you don't know who DDG is, he is this young cat. He's about 24 years old. Shout out to him, man, because he actually did pioneer a space for other young individuals to come up in the streaming world so that they can be able to take care of their families and actually make a living and make millions of dollars. He felt slighted because of how Joe Budden reacted to his situation. Now, first and foremost, before I get to that, shout out to Zen Master for the 10 in the super chat. He said, congratulations to his daughter, Natalia, who just joined the National Honor Society. Clap it up in the chat. Everybody clap it up. Shout out to Zen Master. Shout out to his daughter, Natalia, for joining the National Honor Society. Big accomplishments. Also, the fact that he is just a great dad, and we support great dads, black dads specifically, out here doing what they need to do and always celebrating their seeds when they go out here and accomplish things in this world. See, you know, I'll be saying some of that stuff sometimes, man, when I see it. Like my daughter was just telling me this morning, man, she got all A's and just 1 B right now in school. And she's in 6th grade. I'm just really happy, and I'm glad that she's applying herself and doing what she needs to do. And just to think that something that was so small, that swam from your nuts, that flowed right into the ovaries and the eggs of another person, that just came to life and all of a sudden is now out here getting A's and B's in school is amazing. I'm telling you, it's a great accomplishment, man. It's something that just, it blows my mind every time I think about it. Like, you really made it. It was like billions of y'all niggas swimming and you made it. Like, you were the winner. You came in first place, fam. Like, all kids who are born should get a medal first. You should get a gold medal first before anything, before they slap you on the ass, all that. There's a gold medal that needs to be handed to you because you beat 1 billion niggas. You beat 1 billion niggas off top. Next time you ever have a depressing time in life and you start thinking about how things is wrong or how things are going bad, and if you ever feel down on yourself and feel discouraged, remember, you was the nigga that beat 1 billion niggas in a race. You was the fastest, most efficient, most determined individual. That's how you should always go about life. Remember that. We are all first place winners, man. You're a winner. Now, I would want to play this, but I don't even want to play the disrespect. All I know is that the man DDG decided that he wanted to go on a rant about Joe Budden and talk about him and his life and his career. And it just seems like he's very bitter about his relationship. But let me just say this, because this isn't really the reason why I brought up Joe Budden and DDG. What I really wanted to bring up is the conversation surrounding his relationship. So DDG, his ex and baby mom is Halle Bailey. If you don't know who Halle Bailey is, she is a part of the sister duo who came right under Beyonce's tutelage. Halle and Bailey, or Halle and, or what is it? Chloe and Halle, however, I don't know how you switch them. But anyway, Very popular individuals. Halle, she was a Little Mermaid. She also is a hell of a talent. She's a great singer, artist, you know what I'm saying, actress, everything. And she's very well known in her realm. Now, the thing about it is there's been this nice narrative that's been going on about, you know, certain guys who get with women of notoriety, which has never been the same deal for men who, or for women who get with men of notoriety. I'll tell you what I mean by this. We have instances, whether it be Keke Palmer, whether it be Simone Biles, or even whether it be this situation right here of DDG and Halle, where the main narrative is that, oh, these dudes are getting with notable women and they ain't shit. They don't mean shit. They ain't on shit. They bums. They this, they that. They can't. It's always that narrative. Always. And it irks me because these individuals will actually be having something going on in their lives. Whether it be Kiki's baby dad, whether it be Simone Biles' husband, who is an NFL player, whether it be DDG, who has an incredible career, a full bank account, and is a pioneer in his own right of the younger generation. It didn't matter what these guys were doing or how much money they were making. It was just a simple fact that they were with somebody that had a lot of notoriety and the narrative, because a lot of y'all who live in the regular world, who don't have the bank account of these women, are dealing with a lot of bum ass niggas who ain't on shit, and you feel like they using you for something. Let's keep it real. Now, DDG had his millions, he had his fame, he had all of that before him and Halle got together. But still, the narrative is that this man ain't shit. Now, I'm going to show y'all what I mean. Somebody right here, let me share this with you, man. Let me see if I can get this up here. This right here, it says DDG going on a press tour about his breakup with Halle only further proves Joe Budden's point, because Joe Budden has something to say about his relationship. You only relevant because of her. People only really know of you because of her. If your success could really stand on its own 2 feet, you wouldn't need to talk about her at all. Why is it that when men are in relationships with individuals, they can't go and speak on it or talk about the grievances or talk about the issues or anything or their experience, period, without people putting that stigma on them? Because as far as I know, there's literally NBA housewives and shows like that of women that just married these niggas, weren't on shit. They just married these niggas, had babies by these niggas, and now they famous on TV doing reality shows and have a whole career now because of who they were married to, not because of what they did before they got married to these niggas, but when they got married to them, now all of a sudden they have something to talk about or they have something to relate to. I don't ever hear that narrative. I don't be like, why is these bum ass bitches on TV talking about the nigga they used to be with? Why are they trying to down talk a nigga that helped them out of poverty? Why are they? You don't ever hear that narrative from the same people. What you hear is go and get your money, go and get your child support, take that motherfucker to court. You deserve half of everything. And I'm not saying that people are wrong. I'm just saying keep the same energy. That's all I'm saying. The double standard shit need to be thrown out the window. It don't matter what you feel about that person. It's the facts that matter. He was in a relationship with this woman and they have a child, so they experience time together. His experience and the things that he went through is just as valid as hers. That's all I'm saying. Keep the same energy. Now, there's a video that I want y'all to see that I want to get y'all opinion on real quick before we move on, because we got to go to the like section of the GMS show where we see some interesting and also very entertaining things. Now, DDG spoke on a podcast about relationships and how relationships stop your growth. Let's see. I want to know if y'all agree with his statement right here. Listen up.
And if I can tell myself something at age 22, I would tell myself not to get in a relationship, because it's damn near like having a part-time job, bro.
Yeah.
You really have to apply a lot of time and effort. Like, you might be doing videos all day and your girl get an attitude when you're doing your last video, like, nigga, when you gonna take me out to eat?
Yeah.
When you gonna take me to the movies? When we gonna go on a date? And then it causes relationship problems in your real life that can affect your content. You might get mad, get in an argument. You might not want to film the next day. You might not want to stream the next day. You might not want to go to the studio the next day. Whatever, like.
Yeah.
So I would tell myself, if I was 22, I would say, bro, just grind it out. Let a relationship happen.
Yeah.
But only happen when you feel comfortable in yourself as a man. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't get in a relationship until you feel like a nigga can't DM your girl and take your girl. Like, if you feel like it's a nigga out there that's more lit than you, more like stable than you, that can take your girl,
Yeah.
then you ain't working hard enough.
I will tell you this, DDG, that last statement, you might have to get rid of that, because it's always going to be somebody more lit than you, more famous, more rich than you. It's always going to be that. As long as billionaires exist, there's going to be a motherfucker more lit than you, all right? But everything else he said, I agree with, man. And all he was saying, because, you know, people took this as, oh, how is Halle stopping your growth in your career? This is your fault. Nigga didn't even mention Halle. He was trying to give game to other people out there by saying, listen, get your shit together first before you start going out into the world to try to or try to accompany somebody else into your space, or even get into their space. That's what I took that as. I took it as, you need to be on your shit before you decide, because if you're actively working towards it, you're not gonna have that much time to even build in a relationship with somebody. This is why, and this is another thing, this is why a lot of celebrity relationships fail. I'm talking about majority of them fail because y'all niggas is working too much. All y'all do is work. All y'all do is perform or do content or whatever the case may be, whatever you're in. But if you're a celebrity and you got a lot of money, you are constantly working. These people hardly see each other. They hardly have time to even be parents. So the fact that they think a relationship's gonna work when y'all both at the magnitude y'all at, and also at the top of y'all careers, it never works, man. It never works. That's all that is, man. It just never works, man. And if anybody finds the solution or finds the remedy or finds the recipe for people in these positions to stay together for a long time, be my guest, man. Give the TED Talk. Because it doesn't matter who it is, man. It's always a ticking time bomb to when some shit is over, when people are in the positions that these two individuals are in. Now they got to worry about co-parenting while also trying to stay on top of their careers. This shit is hard, and they be trying to live a fairy tale lifestyle at the end of the day. They want the wife, or they want the husband, and they want the kids, and they want the house, and they want to be able to do all the things that regular, normal individuals in life are doing, but you're not a regular individual. Your schedule ain't even the same as everybody else's, man. Where you have to be on a daily basis ain't the same as everybody else. Everybody else ain't got to travel the country every week. It's a different type of lifestyle, and it never works. Shout out to Lady Aries, man. Finally caught a live. What's good, GMS fam? Shout out to Lady Aries, man. OG GMS fam in the building. Lady Aries and Lovelace in the building. Appreciate y'all. Love to both of y'all queens. Y'all know what it is over here, man. It's your brother GMS, man. I love those two individuals. If y'all didn't know, Lady Aries, Lovelace, you guys are amazing. Y'all know what's up. Now, we got a video that I want to show y'all that's in the like section, man. We're going to get to the like section of the GMS show. So we've been hearing a lot about Jaguar Wright, and she has been getting the space to go on platforms to speak about Diddy more than the usual. And I brought this up a while ago, or not a while ago, it was last week. And the reason why I feel like now more bigger platforms are paying attention to her is because Diddy's locked up now and because Diddy's going through all this stuff. But when she was on these countless amounts of black platforms, platforms like Piers Morgan or anything like that, Fox News or whatever, they weren't looking at Jaguar Wright. They were probably looking at her like a kook, like the rest of everybody else was who was watching that shit. But because now it's coming to fruition, because now what she has said, a lot of things that she has said has now come to light, and you see that there's a reality to it. Now she's stepping on platforms like Piers Morgan. Now they want her on CNN. Now they want her to go over to Vlad. Now you know what I'm saying? They want to do all this stuff because they know that now it's going to bring more traction to whatever it is they got going on. But I'm going to continue to treat Jaguar Wright as the person I felt she was when I first seen her, and that's taking everything she says with a grain of salt. I think that she has become one of the most lucky conspiracy theorists of all time. I'm so sure that when she found out about all the baby oil and all the different things that was brought to light from Diddy's investigation and his raid, even she was like, "Oh damn, damn, I was right. What the? I was just shooting up in the air. I was just seeing what would stick. This nigga really did have sex." You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga was really. I think that's what happened. You could say I'm wrong. I know there's people out there that believe every word that she said, or be like, "Oh, see, this is why y'all can't say people are crazy." But listen to me when I tell you, anybody that would take their child's ashes and throw them at somebody is somebody who is unwell. And you have to keep that shit in mind. All right? Now, there's been this conversation because we haven't seen, and this is another thing, we haven't seen any defamation lawsuits. We haven't seen anybody actually press charges or try to send a lawsuit towards Jaguar Wright in the things that she's been saying. People are now equating that to the fact that she's telling the truth. So the fact that she hasn't gotten a defamation lawsuit or hasn't been sued by Diddy or Jay-Z or anybody like that, people are saying there's a reason, and the reason is because she's telling the truth. Well, once again, leave it to the good people of TikTok, the black space of TikTok, to do their due diligence and explain why some of that isn't happening. And this good brother here by the name of Khan is going to tell you guys why defamation has not happened towards Jaguar Wright. Listen up.
Ever since the Diddy stuff broke, people have been talking about Jaguar Wright, Jaguar Wright. She's been telling the truth. She's never lied. Whatever. But one thing I do want to address, because I've seen this no less than 10 times today. I've seen people express this over and over and over. And apparently Dame Dash said it. And you know how people are prone to psychological contagion. So therefore, people have been saying, she ain't been sued yet. I like her. She's been speaking out. Not one defamation lawsuit has been filed. Not one. I saw somebody express this on other social media apps. Like, it's wild that it's taken off. Here's the thing. Her having not been sued yet means absolutely nothing. And I tried to explain this to somebody, and they just refuse to accept it. But in order to prove defamation, you need, generally, right? States are different, but you need to prove 4 elements. And defamation is harder to prove if you are a celebrity. It's harder to win those cases. Generally, to prove defamation, you got to have a false statement. You got to have the defamatory statement was made to a third party, right? And this is whether it's libel or slander. If it's libel, it's written. If it's slander, it's spoken. The defamatory statement was disseminated through a publication or communication, and it has to hurt the reputation of the person that it's made about. They have to have suffered damages. Here's the difference, though. The threshold for proving damages for a public figure is different than it is for a private figure, as in a regular, ordinary person. If you are a politician, a celebrity, etc., you have a different standard to meet when it comes to defamation, which makes it harder to prove. Public defamation requires that you prove actual malice.
I want to respond to this. This is hilarious. IVR said, LOL, if you seen what she's seen, GMS, you'd have some off the wall moments too. These people are freaks. Yeah, look, I don't deny her seeing anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm only questioning the majority of I'm only questioning some of the things that she's brought up. and some of the things that I feel like she was lucky with getting off her chest. With some of the things, just some of the things. Do I believe she saw a freak off? Yes. Do I believe she was a part of the freak offs? Yes, I do. Crazy bitch like that, you know she was in there spreading the whole butthole. You know she was in there going crazy. Stop it. That's the thing too. You could have participated in a freak off, but didn't know that other things were going down, like people getting drugged and people, you know, being taken advantage of. You could have been there just because you wanted to be a part of a sex party. You feel me? Got your nut and dipped. But you know what I'm saying? Clearly there was other things going down. I seen a meme. Somebody was like, when you trying to leave Diddy freak off and you hear him over the intercom say, "I see you, playboy." Nigga hit the ground and started, nigga fell to his knees and started crying. That shit is crazy, man. Oh my God. Anyway, let's get back to this, man. Let's finish this up.
What that means is that the person who said it knew it was false when they said it, or they made it with a reckless disregard for the truth. That's a higher standard to meet because you have to prove that they didn't believe it, that they knew it was false when they said it. It's just tougher. So you got that, and then you got establishing damages, right? Nothing that she said so far has really hurt anybody's career. It's not hurting Jay-Z, so he can't establish damages. None of these people, as of yet, can prove that she has damaged anything. Their reputation, their career, their finances, none of that. So it's not worth it to sue her. Most attorneys would advise them to just ignore it. Look away. She's not worth it. Even if they met the threshold for defamation, right? They could establish everything in terms of the elements that I laid out. But then you also run the risk of just bringing attention to her and everything else that she said when the vast majority of people don't know who she is. And you may not want something else to come out that may have nothing to do with that. So at this point, there's really no point to it. But people are swearing up and down, oh, she hasn't been sued yet. She hasn't been sued. That doesn't necessarily mean she's telling the truth. That's not how that works. But here's the kicker. She just appeared on Piers Morgan. The more she does high-profile interviews, the more that she gets her face out there, the more she exposes herself to that possibility. And when that happens, and if she loses, I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, they conspired against her. I don't want to hear it. Stop it. And for anybody out there that's talking about, oh, she's telling the truth, she's telling the truth. She came out and basically endorsed Trump and said that he was the only one that was being honest about so-and-so or telling the truth. No. Anybody that holds Trump up as a barometer of truth or honesty or whatever, I inherently don't trust them.
Now, okay, I guess the Trump line is fair, whatever you want to do. I mean, politics. I hate when people bring in politics as if you should trust any politician, but that's neither here nor there. I had this question as well. I spoke on this a while back when we talked about one of the things Jaguar Wright said on one of her interviews. IVR said that's facts. The real question on her, which I think everyone knows the answer to, is if she made it, would she have snitched? That's a question to ask a lot of individuals who have popped out with a lawsuit against not just Diddy, but anybody in the industry. Where were they in their career at the time before they made that accusation or before they got that lawsuit dropped on them? Where were you? Are you doing this for the payout, or are you doing this because you actually were traumatized? That is a question that you have to ask, because the average individual doesn't know what it's like to be famous like that, or to run a career where you are in the spotlight and you're doing X, Y, and Z, and you believe that you're about to be the most famous and richest person in the world, and you ain't got to worry about nothing in life no more. But a lot of people get that mentality, and then they end up going crazy later on when things don't pan out. We brought this up, and this is not to discredit any victims either. I don't want y'all to get it twisted. This is not to discredit any victims, anybody that was victimized by Diddy or anybody that was a part of his conglomerate. What I'm saying is Ryan Davis put up a video talking about Don Richards after her lawsuit was filed. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand is that, like, this is the internet age. Everything can be pulled up. Receipts can be pulled up. Things you said in the past can be pulled up. They had video of her talking about how there's never been any negative, anything. It's been all love. It's been all respect, all this stuff when it came to Diddy while she was on an interview, only to turn around and say that she had X, Y, and Z happen, or she saw certain things that happened around Diddy that was malicious or horrible or violent. And he asked a very simple question. He's like, why didn't you speak up then? Why didn't you say anything then? If you saw what happened and you didn't say anything and try to protect the victims that were involved in this, why are you doing it now? Now, although I feel like it is a valid question given her specific circumstance where she was continuously trying to be involved with Diddy in certain instances, I also do believe that Diddy was a very violent individual. I do believe that. I do believe that that is a huge possibility given the stories that we've heard, the things that we've seen, and how people have interacted with Puff over the years. So it wouldn't surprise me if Don was just simply scared of something happening to her, which is why she never said anything in the past. It's not a surprise that a lot of these people that are now bringing up stories, bringing up lawsuits, are doing it as Diddy is locked up and was refused bail. See, he got locked up, but then those extra 120 some lawsuits didn't happen after they denied that nigga bail and people found out that it was going to be a while before this nigga got out. That tells me more about how Diddy moved than how the people who are accusing him moved. Now, do I believe that 120 people, all 120 motherfuckers were victims? No, I don't. I believe that some of y'all were consenting adults and y'all was some freaky frog ass niggas and y'all participating in this shit. And now you see the opening where, as this nigga still has his bank account intact, y'all can milk him for a little bit of his bread before it's all the way gone. But it also messes it up for the people who were actually victims in this situation. And it's crazy because the one lady who came out, and this is another messed up part, man. The lady that came out, and of course she was standing next to Gloria Allred's ass. The lady that came out and said that she was sexually assaulted by Diddy and a friend of his at a party where they drugged her unconscious, bound her, and scraped her, and then videotaped it and shared it to people. Her husband or boyfriend, whoever it is, her lover, has now come out to say that she offered to pay him to go along with this story. And this bitch was sitting here crying at the press conference, and it looked like she was traumatized. Then you have to ask yourself how good of actors some of these niggas are to make you believe that they real. Because I really was sitting there like, damn, Diddy, you monstrous ass nigga. Only for that to come out. I don't think that story is going to make its rounds the way that the story initially made its rounds. Because at this point, Diddy already did enough in his career and his life to where, like I said, even with the R. Kelly shit, when people were like, oh, he doesn't deserve this time because they just trumping up charges and making it look, if he did some fuck shit in the past, all this is stuff that's catching up to him later on in life. The universe is spinning the block on these niggas. So it don't even matter if this lady's lying or not. The fact that you actually were participating in some fuck shit, well, you got to reap what you sow at some point. There's actual people out here who were victimized by this man, and because you saw an opening, you went out there and tried to garnish that attention. I'm not going to be somebody that wants to be in a spotlight over something like that. If I'm filing a lawsuit because of some traumatic shit you did to me, that's all it's going to be, is a lawsuit. I ain't got to do no press conference. You know what you did to me. Fuck Diddy, by the way. And not in that way. No, not in the freak off way. Few more things before we get out of here, man. I got a video here that I want to talk about. And I want to get y'all opinions on this as well before we get out of here. This is a video of a cop sitting next to a civilian or across from a civilian where they're talking about police and the hatred that some people hold for police. So this white man right here is sitting across a black woman who says that she hates police and why she hates police. Y'all just have to see the interaction for yourself. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just blow it up and show y'all.
Are you racist?
No, but y'all is.
No, you said you hate cops. Are you racist?
I hate them, all of them.
All right, so
Y'all killed my cousin for no reason.
So the reason I ask if you're racist, because the definition of racism is treating a group of people differently by the way they look or what they do. Actually, it's bigotry.
Ooh,
Okay. You said you hate cops
Mhm.
because you had a bad interaction with a cop or a small group of cops. So for you to hate a group of people by the interactions based on one person, it's irresponsible.
It is.
It sounds like the story of a lot of white people's lives in America. Something that isn't dawned on individuals like this guy, because he believes that now, because the narrative nowadays is that black people are the racist ones. Black people are racist and they don't like white people. First of all, being a police officer is not a race. This is just another tactic for people like that to try to come up with the reverse racism bullshit that they've been trying to preach for years. Cops come in many shapes, sizes, races, and genders. There's no race in cops. And the fact that you think that that is a race shows me that the type of shit that y'all stand behind when y'all got that badge on. Why is it always police that don't like to take accountability for the force that contributes to the reason why people feel the way that she does? I don't know what her cousin did. I don't know what happened with her cousin, but she feels justified to feel the way that she feels because the police didn't just kill her cousin. They've killed countless amounts of other individuals for no reason. Her cousin was just a statistic. Now, she may not know how to articulate that point, but clearly that's what she meant. She didn't just say, oh, this happened to me and only me, and I just and my cousin, so now I hate all police. No, she has seen a pattern of things. It wasn't just her cousin. So when you see a pattern of things, you immediately go to the fact that you hate them. This is why white people act the way that they do, because they think that they see a pattern of things from black Americans in America. So they feel justified to say certain things or to feel a certain type of way or to treat black people a certain type of way because of what they've seen. So how dare you feel like she's not justified to feel the way that she does when multiple countless amounts of you niggas behind the badge have done wrong things to citizens, not just black people, but citizens. This is why it be killing me when I see certain white people talk about back the blue, or I see people trying to back Trump statements or trying to be like, oh, we're going to give police immunity. You stupid bitch. That means they get immunity against your ass. So white people, if police come up on you and they treat you wrong or they kill you or they harm you for any reason, they get immunity because the nigga you voted for said so. Stupid. Who in their right mind would want to vote for that? Who in their right mind would be cool with that? Why is it that every time a cop is in the wrong, people start championing cops? You guys start lifting cops up. Instead of being the people that you say you are, you're supposed to be patriotic. You're supposed to be the people that are so America first and all this shit. Like, it's funny because the first thing white people do is talk about complying. If you just complied, if you just listen to what the commands, then you'll be alive or you won't be brutalized by the police. Oh, you talking about the same people that sit up there and try to talk about their accolades when police? I am a state senator. I am a lawyer. I pay your salary. My taxes go straight to your bank account. These are you niggas. Why aren't y'all complying? When white people get pulled over by the police, they think that they have extra privilege. You talk about complying. I feel like every single last interaction that I've seen between cops and white people have been some type of disgruntled interaction. That's my Chad accent. She said, what is that accent? That's my Chad accent. This is what happened when Chad gets pulled over. Excuse me, bro? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? You're going to pull me over like that, bro? I wasn't even going that fast, bro. I was only doing 10 miles over the fucking speed limit, bro. Are you fucking... No. Get your supervisor on the line, bro. Get your I want your badge number, I want your pants size, and I want your flashlight right goddamn now, bro. No, this is unacceptable, bro. I'm not giving you my license. I didn't do shit wrong. What do you mean, bro? This is a bunch of malarkey and bullshit, and I want you away from my vehicle right now, bro. I pay your fucking salary, man. My tax dollars go straight to your pockets and feed your fucking family and your little brat-ass kids. They go in. I've seen it. Why you sitting there talking about all you need to do is comply? A nigga wouldn't even got the chance to get malarkey out before they dragged his ass on the ground. You see how they did Tariq Hill? Stop it. Let's finish this before we get out of here, man. I'm gonna be going on tangents all day.
Yes.
You should take your own advice.
How so?
Y'all, you was just talking about respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't respect us at all. At all. Just like he was saying.
That's a bold-faced lie.
It's not.
Absolutely.
It's not. Y'all judge us by just looking at us. We don't have to do nothing. We don't have to do nothing at all.
And you're 100% sure of that?
I'm 100% sure.
When you're 100%.
Being in denial like this just lets me know how far removed he is. He shouldn't even be a police officer. He shouldn't. I'm guessing he's a police officer because the way he looks, I'm just giving a good, educated guess. If you don't understand that, you clearly, and this is why you shouldn't have people like him policing areas where he isn't familiar with. This is the perfect example of why you need people from the community to police the community. Because what she just said was complete factual, 100%. Police 100% judge you by looking at you. Police 100% judge you by where you live at. Imagine whether it be a white police officer, Mexican, Asian, even a black police officer, waking up in the suburbs, nice neighborhood, great neighbors, put his uniform on, got dressed to go to work so that he can police the hood where he's not from, where he doesn't live around, where he doesn't know anybody that lives around there. That is horrible. That's like putting somebody that don't got kids around kids to babysit kids. Not to give the equivalent of people in the hood being kids. I'm just saying, if you're not a parent, you shouldn't be around kids or looking after kids. Not you shouldn't be around, but you shouldn't be looking after kids. You shouldn't be policing kids if you don't have one or don't know what it's like to be around one or being in the presence of one. That's like putting a nigga that ain't a chef in the back of the kitchen to cook for a restaurant, a 5-star restaurant. You're going to get horrible results every time. Your food ain't never going to come out right. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's not used to this. He's not from this environment. And he's also showing the perfect example of why people feel the way they do about police, because if you're not trying to hear her, but you already have a preconceived notion or you already have the idea in your head that she's wrong without listening, then you get no progress.
100% sure of something, that's when you're proved wrong.
I'm not proved wrong, baby.
Yes, you are.
We go through it every day, all day.
So throughout my career, you're telling me that every black person or brown person that I came in contact with, I treated them unfairly?
Not you, idiot. That's another thing. Why are you even thinking about yourself in this instance? You didn't kill her cousin. When she sat there and told you about police killed her cousin, you should have been empathetic to that. You should have immediately, as a person that's protecting and serving and looking out for his fellow citizen, you should be asking what happened, why she felt that way, instead of disregarding it. This is why motherfuckers like this shouldn't be on the force.
I don't know who you came in contact with, but most of y'all do.
But you just said all. Now you're going back to most.
I don't like none of y'all, to keep it honest. I ain't met not one good cop yet.
So what would you do if a white person came up and said, I don't like any black people?
And then they do this stupid shit. Then you do this stupid shit. What do you mean? This happens a lot. What are you going to... You are so far removed from reality, it's sickening. What would you do if a white person came up to you and told you they don't like black people? We constantly see white people don't like us on a daily basis, whether it be in person or whether it be on the, well, it's mostly on the internet because most of these niggas is cowards. Most racist people are cowards. They're itty bitty bitches. So you won't really see them do it in person, but we see it every single day on these social media apps when people speak on black. We know that this happens.
That's his opinion.
Just like yours.
Yeah.
Just like yours. Would you say that's an irresponsible statement? Because I would.
No. Everybody got their own opinion.
Until your opinions are changed.
I wouldn't change nothing. I guess none of y'all. I don't like cops. Y'all treat us black and brown people very disrespectful.
Stand on
very
business.
Different. Most of us getting killed every day.
Most of you?
Yeah, y'all just killed that lady for no reason.
What lady?
What was her name?
Sonia Massey.
Sonia. Yeah.
You're making some very dangerous generalities.
No, I ain't.
Yes, you are.
Y'all killed my cousin.
You said
for having
most.
Sex in the park.
So
he had sex
Wow.
with a girl in the park.
You said
And
most.
they assumed he had a gun by having sex
So-
in the park. How you assume somebody having a gun by having sex in the park?
I don't know. Maybe he was well endowed.
Fam. And this is why niggas hate y'all. This is exactly why niggas hate y'all. This is exactly why, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about the badge you have, the suit that you have on, your utility belt, the police cruiser you drive. The real you will always present itself. The real you will always present itself. And this is why that young woman is justified to hate most of y'all. Because while you're sitting there trying to change her opinion about how she feels about police, you just reinforced it right at the end of that sentence. Her cousin, she's telling you why he was senselessly killed, and your immediate reaction. Matter of fact, white people ain't beating the allegations. Y'all obsession with black niggas' dicks is incredibly insane. So much so that this had nothing to do with any of that until you start hearing about him having sex in a park, and the first thing you thought about was a mandingo. You thought about the man's manhood. Probably killed him because you were scared that that man could possibly fuck your wife. Let's just keep it real honest. Because some of these guys ain't racist. They just trying to eliminate some of the competition as well. Oh, here's a potential black guy that could smash my wife while I'm on the clock for the next 14 hours. Let me get him the fuck up out of here. This goes back to I don't even know what time in life. What year in life does this go back to about the fixation of black men's genitalia? Zen Master said the black man's penis is seen as a weapon of genetic annihilation. This is a fact. This isn't speculation. This isn't a rumor. This isn't something that black people just conjured up in their heads. This is a fact. And you know it now because of the way that white people speak for the most part when they talk about their own race dying out. They want to uphold whiteness. So they try to get rid of certain things because they're scared of them depopulating. Who would be the biggest threat to white people not existing in the next 200 years? Anybody with melanated skin. You know what? We going a little too hard right now. They might try to block my channel. I just got back monetized recently. I ain't trying to lose it again. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna have these conversations, man, y'all gonna have to meet me on Patreon somewhere because I'm not gonna lose it over here again. We not finna do that, man. We gonna chill out for a little bit. When I make my Patreon, I'll let y'all know. And GMS fam, y'all can follow me over there and we can talk about that shit later on. But just know these conversations are the reason why they want to block certain people out from speaking. They want to try to hide people on algorithms. They want to try to take down their pages. They want to try to demonetize them, all that. and all we saying is some real shit. But that's just me. Stay vigilant, y'all. GMS fam, the green room. It's been a dope show today, man. I appreciate y'all. We was in here for a couple hours, man. I got some other shit I need to take care of today. I still got to work tonight, man. I got to go to work tonight. You know what I'm saying? I got to get that paper tonight. Y'all, every single one of y'all, man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. It's been a hell of a show. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Put a GMS in the chat right now. If you did not participate in the chat at all today, now is your time. Put a GMS in the chat or shout out your city. Where are you tuning in from? I'm going to shout you out. Let's get to it. GMS fam, the green room. Shout out to Love Lace. Shout out to Hitman 2211. Shout out to Extraordinary Regular Nigga. I see you. Zen Masters in the building. Daryl Perpnon is in the building. Disagreeable is in the building. DJ Purge is in the building. CDT Beats. I see you, brother. Shout out to everybody that participated with a super chat as well, man. I appreciate y'all for doing that. You can also support the GMS show in a big way by hitting the Cash App below. If you do want a new GMS t-shirt, man, the Logic Over Feelings t-shirt, go to my community page on YouTube, or you can check it out. Ask me about it. I'll send it to you. We already got a couple orders in. Shout out to y'all that support it. If you want a brand new GMS shirt, you can hit the Cash App today until the website is open. Or if you want to order off the website when it comes up, you can do that too. Ain't no rush. But if you want one, if you want to pre-order one now, you can by sending 40 to the Cash App with your address, and I will get you your shirt ASAP. Shout out to Sean Mims for the $9.99 as well as the $1.99 as well as the $9.99. He sent 3 super chats today, man. Thank you for supporting the GMS show in a big way. My guy, yo, man, what is this? Shout out to you for the 5 in the super chat as well as Zen Master for the 10 in the super chat. I appreciate you so much, man. Shout out to my GMS fam. I see y'all. What's going on? Hot One is in the building. Blind Mellow Jelly's in the building. Trey 979 is here. John Maximus is here. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna sound like the nigga from N1. Oh baby. Y'all remember that nigga? Rest in peace to him, man. Oh baby. Hot sauce. Hey yo. It's the main event. Y'all, I miss N1. For anybody that knows N1 mixtapes, man, y'all some solid niggas. If you grew up watching N1 mixtapes, I fuck with you because you a real nigga and you knew exactly what time it was and you supported the right form of basketball. Yeah, the NBA is cool. It's legendary. It's the greatest. We already know that. But N1 was some of the greatest displays of basketball I have ever seen in my life, and it'll never leave out of my top form of sports ever. Never, ever, ever. Ever, 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 ever. I love N1. I still wish I had one of them N1 jerseys, man, the camouflage. Yeah, rest in peace to rest in peace to Escalade. Rest in peace to Alamo. Rest in peace to the Flash. Rest in peace to my man I was just talking about, the announcer. Why did I forget his name? Oh my God, I love that guy, man. He was so amazing, man. One of the best announcers in sports history, bro. Damn, who else from N1 passed, man? I don't know, but shout out to N1 forever, man. N1 forever. I wanted to give that random shout out because we got to keep those type of individuals propped up, man, in a pedestal. They changed the game of basketball forever, and to me, they are basketball legends, and they all deserve to be in the Basketball Hall of Fame, hands down. No debate, no argument. I don't care what your reasoning for them not to be is. I don't care about your concerns. I believe that every single last one of them deserve to be in the Basketball Hall of Fame because they are pioneers of the game of basketball, man. Shout out to all of them, everybody that participated, all the N1 street ball legends, man. It's one love. Shout out to y'all, man. GMS fam, the green room, it's been real. I'm going to see y'all later. Peace out. Good night.